Hey guys, so today I want to do something a little bit different. Today I want to talk about self-evaluation, and it's Sunday, so it's not going to be all about cooking. Um, I use, there's a lot of noise in the background because it's 2 days after Halloween and I'm the safe house, so like all of the kids, well, we only have a couple of friends, but they all come here. Just to clarify, what I mean by being the safe house is that kids with special needs, like we know a lot of whatever. We don't judge. You can come in my home and stim all you want, as long as you're safe and not hurting anyone, and you can be you, and you can be angry, or you can be happy, or I will just give you a hug. That's what I mean by being the safe house. So just wanted to clarify. So there's a bunch of teenagers in the other room besides my children. Let's see. So I have two theories that I go off of that I have adapted from things that I've learned over the last 18 years of having children and an autoimmune disease and all of these things. The first thing that I learned was called the spoon theory. And it's basically a way to evaluate your levels and where you are right now and address how much more energy you have for the rest of the day. Let me explain. Let's say you have 10 spoons when you feel the best you've ever felt. Like you woke up, you got a great night's sleep, everything's been going great at work, the kids are off to school, you've got time to do whatever you want, everything is great. You feel awesome, mentally you're there. You get 10 spoons. These spoons are units of measurement for your energy and mental brain power and strength. So I have a chronic illness. I have lupus. My brain is wired wrong, basically. Like my immune system is tied to everything. So when I get stressed out, when I have emotional trauma, when bad things are happening around me, all of those things absolutely affect my health. I can get sick from illnesses like a virus or something like that, but I can also get sick when I get completely mentally drained and have emotional stress. So what that means is I have had to learn how to do a lot of self-evaluation. So let's say I'm great. I've been great for a while, so I wake up and I have 10 spoons of energy. I wake up that way with the 10 spoons, and then let's say the morning goes badly and one of my kids wakes up in a bad mood and I have to fight with them or get them off to school. It's an argument, whatever. That may take more of my energy levels that day. Let's say that I don't eat a proper breakfast and I just go with caffeine, and I go all day and then it's lunchtime and I'm still not powering my body back up. So I've lost like 5 spoons because everything that I did up to that point took twice as much energy because I wasn't really fueling my body. Let's say I don't drink enough water. Let's say it's a hard day at work and I have a rough meeting. So I have to be able to self-evaluate how much energy and brain power and mentality that I have left. Cooking dinner for my kids may take 1 spoon. If it takes 3 hours to cook everything from scratch, maybe that's 3 spoons. And I have to make sure, because I'm a mother of 4 autistic teenagers, that I have to make it to the end of the day. My husband and I, our biggest argument is the fact that I am always worn out. I'm always worn out and completely shutting down by 8 p.m., and he doesn't usually get home on days he works until like 8 p.m. So it's this weird cycle of I'm trying to get everything done during the day of what I need to do. And when I'm working, that takes a million more spoons, and I have to get the sleep I need so that I can have spoons. So you get it. I have to be able to say how much effort can I put into certain things. I also have to be okay saying no when I know I don't have any spoons left. And that is one of the hardest things I've ever had to learn, because I've learned to pull spoons from like the next day and then suffered twice as long because I didn't really have the reserves And I hope that all makes sense. I know it's very confusing. So the next thing I want to talk about is a thing I learned from church. It's called the good, better, best system. When I don't have enough spoons to give, I have to be able to go, okay, can I give the best of myself to this task? Whether it's going to a school meeting and doing an IEP, can I give a better version, or is this just going to be an okay day? Like, there are days where I'm so depleted that I know that I am not going to be able to cook dinner. I'm not going to be able to give all my brain power to anything that I'm doing, because I've depleted myself. Whether it's I'm working full-time at the ski resort as a chef, or whether I'm doing 4 IEP meetings in a week, or no matter what it is, there's certain things in my life that I have to be able to be like, that needs my best. So on my better days, I try to prep for the days where I can't give hardly anything except for what needs to be done. I have to also be okay going, it's okay to just get the bare minimum done this week because I'm having incredible panic attacks, or my daughter's now having panic attacks, or my son's diabetes has gone off the rails and he has been at 450 blood sugar all week. You know what I mean? There's so much that pulls my spoons that the rest of my life doesn't get my best. And a lot of times that's okay. I have 3 things in my life that I give my best no matter what, and that is to God, to my family, and to my job, because those are the 3 important things in my life. And if my family is also like my best friend's family and people that I show up for in my life. So that takes a lot of energy because it's a really scary, hard world right now. And sometimes, like, my best right now as a holistic chef would be to go out and teach classes of everything I'm trying to do online. I could actually reach people in my community. I could do a lot of good. But because of the fact that I have been having panic attacks for 3 weeks that make it really hard to even leave my house, I can't do that. So the best I can do right now is make videos and just put them out there, and hopefully one day it'll reach the ones it needs to. But it's only a good way to do it instead of the best way to do it. Like, I could go into schools and I could teach nutrition. I could serve in the community. But right now there's a barrier in my brain that won't let me go out and do that. So I'm working on it. I'm working on all my trauma. But I know mentally that while I'm doing all of that, it's taking most of my spoons. So I try to get really good at using these 2 systems when I wake up. I'm not sitting there and putting out spoons or anything like that. But when I find that my anxiety levels are rising that day, I have to go, wait, did I give myself all my spoons today? Did I drink water? Did I read my scriptures? Did I take my meds? Because I forget sometimes. Am I stretching? Am I giving myself the energy back, the self-care that is going to continue to give me all of these spoons back the next day or this day to do all of the things that I have to do? There's a lot when it comes to autistic kids. They're high functioning, and life is awesome and fun and entertaining and harder than you could ever imagine. But we're okay. I'm teaching the kids these systems so that they can self-evaluate and be like, what do I need? Because they're constantly having to live in a world that doesn't make sense to them. And it takes twice the amount of spoons and effort for them just to be out there because it doesn't make sense to them. So we are constantly talking about coping skills and what we ourselves need. And honestly, I want to say, I didn't want this to be any longer than 10 minutes, but I want to say thank you for anyone that watched this video, because I don't have the money or the energy or the brain power or the spoons or whatever you want to call it to go out there and do this. Anyone that has watched this, you've given me a purpose and you have helped me in this hard time in my life. So I value and appreciate you, and I know this video is weird, but I'm going to get right back to the food. This is the one time I wanted to talk about how I accomplish all that I do. If you went over and watched our other YouTube channel called Hurricane Jeffries, that's our family's story. That's where all of that is. This, I appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being awesome. I never ask you to like, share, whatever, but if you find any of my videos gave you some kind of knowledge or value or food security in your own brain, please share it. I didn't know until I started doing YouTube channels how much that means to the algorithm and whether or not you're seen by anybody. I'm trusting God. I'm throwing this all out there, and we'll see what happens. If you don't like my content, that's cool. I'm sorry. I'm really still learning. We'll see where this goes.